Hello guys, welcome back to the mindset. So today we are going to discuss a new chapter. So chapter 1, GST. So some of you have requested this chapter. So about this chapter, the problem with this chapter is it is difficult to understand the concept of tax and GST. So today is an introduction class where we understand what is GST and what is tax. So first, what is the full form of GST? GST is Goods and Services Tax. So I request all of you to take your textbooks if you have with it and open the first page so that we can understand. So now I am going to discuss what is tax. So all citizens in a country live under a central or a state government. Correct? No. So this central or state government is the governing body under which all the citizens in a country live. So this government require money for various things. Example, for keeping the park clean, for maintaining buildings, for keeping the roads neat. So for all these purposes they need money. And from where do they get this money? They get this money from the citizens. So the money the government gets from the citizens is simply called tax. So I hope by now you understand what is tax, which brings us to the next concept. There are two types of taxes: direct tax and indirect tax. So direct tax is something which every individual will pay to the government from his or her salary. So whenever the person gets a salary, some part of it will be given as tax to the government. That becomes direct tax. Example include income tax and corporate tax. No need to worry what is income tax and what is corporate tax. It is out of our scope. So just understand that there is something called direct tax and indirect tax. Now what is indirect tax? So indirect tax means here the individual is not directly giving any money to the government. Every time the individual purchase something, some money is taken from the money the individual pays for that particular product as tax. For example, and the school bag cost 500 rupees. So in an indirect tax, maybe 45 rupees is actually tax which the government will take from this 500 rupees which you paid, which we don't know actually. So that is indirect tax. This is the money which is taken by the government every time you make a purchase. So I hope you understand what is a direct and indirect tax, which brings us to the next concept: how to do a calculation or a problem in a tax case. So for that we have to understand certain terms. So I'll write the terms one by one here. We have to understand 5 terms and 2 formulas. So first is dealer, next is cost price, next is list price, next is discount, next is selling price. So first the dealer. So dealer is a person who buys the goods or services for resale. So there is customer and then there is a dealer. So if example, if I am buying a pen, then I am the customer. Dealer is the person, that means dealer is that shopkeeper who has the pen, who bought it from the company. So dealer is that shopkeeper. So always a shopkeeper will be your dealer. So dealer is the person who buys the goods or services for resale. So first term is okay. Now next is cost price. Cost price or CP, it is the price at which a trader buys goods. That means the shopkeeper decided to sell say Lexi pens. So he went to the company and bought Lexi pens for 10 rupees. and then he decided to sell these pens in his shop at 15 rupees. So the cost price will be 10 rupees. I hope you understand what is cost price from this example. It is the price at which the trader buys the goods. The trader is same as the dealer. The cost price is also called as the basic price. We have to understand the different terminologies so that if it comes in the question paper, we know that basic price is same as cost price. So that concept is also clear. Next is list price. It is the price at which an article is marked. List price is also known as marked price or printed price or quoted price. So here the shopkeeper decided to sell it for 15 rupees now. So that becomes the list price or the marked price or the quoted price or printed price. I hope you understand what is list price now. Next is discount. So in order to sell out the old stock or for some other reasons, the shopkeeper decided that okay, I'll put some discounts that people come and buy this. So that is the discount, and then there is a discounted price. For example, this Lexi pen, he decided okay, let me give it for 12 rupees instead of 15 rupees because some pens are going to be soon expired. So then this becomes the discounted price. So I hope you understand discount as well. So next is selling price. It is the price at which the trader sells his goods with discount. So selling price is same as sale price, and also selling price is same as the discounted price. So here 12 rupees is the discounted price, and 15 minus 12, which is 3, that will be the discount here. So the discount is 3 rupees, and this 12 is the selling price, which is also called discounted price. So I hope we understand this. I'll tell it with one more example. So for example, there is this school bags. A person wanted to sell school bags, so he went to a company and bought school bags, and he got one school bag for 1000 rupees. And he came to his shop and decided to sell it for 1500 rupees. But then what happened is he thought maybe I'll give a discount. So he gave a discount of 200 rupees and decided to tell it for 1300 rupees. So now let's analyze. So here the dealer is the shopkeeper, 1000 is the cost price, 1500 is the list price or marked price, 200 is the discount, and 1300 is the selling price or sales price. I hope now you understood it. Now we have certain formulas to look upon. So first is selling price. How to find the selling price? It is always the list price minus discount. So always keep in mind that in previous classes of profit and loss, we used to say that selling price is equal to cost price plus profit. Here cost price doesn't come in the formula. It is list price minus discount. Also we have one more formula, that is to identify the tax. It is always rate of the tax into selling price. So this is the other formula you have to understand. So in order to understand the tax concept, let's go back to this example of the school bag. So here if the tax is 1%, so that is what we call rate of the tax. That means if you decided to buy this bag, you will pay 1300 to the shopkeeper, but 1% of it will be tax. That means that 1% will be taken by the government. So now let's see what is this 1%. So now we have to go back to the percentage. It will be 1 by 100 of 1300 which we paid, which is equal to rupees 13. So government will take rupees 13 as tax. So I hope from this example you understood how to calculate tax from the rate, and also this is indirect tax actually. Till now we haven't come to the concept of GST. I hope you understood this much. Now let's see one example which is given in your textbook only on the first page. So I'll read out the question and I'll write the important things. If you have textbook, please look. Dinesh buys a chair. So he decided to buy a chair marked at 5,000. So already they have given it is marked. So marked price or it is list price. It is 5,000 rupees at a discount of 20% on the marked price. So discount percentage is 20%, and the rate of taxes. So rate of tax is 18%. Calculate the tax Dinesh has to pay for the purchase. So they have asked us to find the tax. Also find the total amount paid by Dinesh. So total amount paid by Dinesh is nothing but selling price or sales price. So we know that from the formula, selling price is list price minus discount. No. So we already know what is the list price. We have to find discount. So discount is discount percentage by 100 into list price, which is 20 divided by 100 into 5,000, which will be 1,000 rupees. So list price is 5,000 minus 1,000, which is equal to 4,000 rupees. Now we can find the tax. So we already know the formula, rate of tax into selling price. So rate of tax into selling price. So rates of tax is 18. So since it is percentage, it will be divided by 100. Okay. So it is divided by 100 into 4,000. So 18 into 4 will be 4 8s are 32, 4 1s are 4, 7. So 72, it will be 720 rupees. So now we know the tax. Now we know the selling price. Now we have to know how much Dinesh paid. So how much Dinesh paid is nothing but selling price plus the amount of tax, which is equal to 4,000 plus 720, which is equal to rupees 4,720. So now there can be confusion, why selling price is already 4,000, now why did you add 720? So if you have observed in if you buy something, the bill will be like this. They'll show, or even if you order something on Swiggy or Zomato, they will show the amount for the item is 50, then they'll say tax GST included some 20, then delivery, and everything will come to some 110. That means the selling price is already 50, but you have to add tax upon it, and the rate will be mentioned like 2% or something, and then they have added the tax, and then comes the final amount, which is the price we have to pay. So that is the paid amount. I hope by this you understood what is tax, how to calculate a question on tax, and you understood the formula as well. Also, while solving the questions, please keep in mind that you have to mention all the formulas wherever necessary for getting marks. You have to include every single step so that you don't lose marks. Steps contain mark. So that is the introductory class. So next class we will be discussing what is GST. So see you in next class. Also, if you want one-on-one tuition classes with me, please contact on this number 8848865243. Please put a message, hi, I am interested in maths class. So classes will be available in both English as well as in Malayalam. Also classes will be conducted on Saturday and Sunday evenings. For more details, please contact in this number. Bye.